The storm 310 miles south-southeast of New York City, winds around 85 miles per hour, moving north-northwest at 20. That will put it south of Long Island tonight around 8 o'clock.
It was just all hands on deck. The day after Hurricane Sandy, he had the staff, all of us, out knocking on doors, finding people, providing them with what they needed. We delivered water bottles, food, sandwiches, blankets. The Red Cross was here. A lot of the community organizations just pitched right in and helped us out. But it was very, very surreal. It just being out on the streets, seeing the damage, walking through muck, mud, sand, and knowing that people needed help. There was just garbage everywhere. We had trucks out 24 hours a day, just picking up debris so people could get up and down their streets so they could see the damage that was done to their homes. There was a lot of tears, a lot of crying, a lot of people just in shock. I can't say enough about how hard it was to try to console somebody that just lost everything. But we provided them the basic needs, what they needed at the time. We were boots on the ground, front lines, almost 24 hours a day. When we were done knocking on doors, we came back here to answer the phones because they were just ringing off the hook. And it wasn't just people complaining, when are my lights going on? It was people complaining, I lost everything. I don't know where my deed to my house, my birth certificate, my marriage license, all these things that the insurance companies were requiring, they lost everything. So we really helped provide them and found them their vital documents so they could begin the insurance process. And just people just crying. They had nothing. They had no clothes left. They had everything was lost for so many people. So there was a gentleman, his name was John Cole. I became very close with him. He was a badass. He was a veteran. He was a crane operator. He was a CB. He was one of the strongest, most amazing people that I've ever met. I mean, he served his country in 2 wars. And he would come to my office almost every morning to have coffee with me and break down and cry, because he lost everything that he worked so hard for his whole life. And I am sad to say that all of the stress and anxiety and everything, he passed away a few years ago, had a heart attack. But to see a man that worked so hard, he was 76 years old, lose everything that he had. He was living in a trailer. And this was a man with a lot of pride from all that he did and gave back to the community. I have a picture of him in my office. But to see someone like that come in and just break down and cry, you know, we managed to help him with his New York Rising case and his insurance company and his house. It took about 4 years for it to get rebuilt. You know, it had stairs that went, because it became a 2-story house to a 3-story. So we had an elevator put in because he couldn't carry all the bags up. He was talking about going back to work. He was retired just so he could make ends meet. And that broke my heart. It just broke my heart for him. He was a widower. And this man saw the best and the worst his whole life. And he said it was probably the most traumatic experience he ever went through. I want to thank each and every person that was boots on the ground, the volunteers, the staff, the employees, the fire departments, the police officers, just the neighbors, helping neighbors from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for helping us serve our community better.